Welcome to Piano Video Lessons Year 1, Unit 4. First, a big thank you to my patrons for your continued support. Click the info card to find out more information about becoming a patron. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning a finger jam with harmonic and melodic intervals and transpose it into new keys.
Hey everyone, this is video number 56 on YouTube and it's lesson 8 of Unit 4 at pianovideolessons.com. In our previous lesson we were talking about harmonic and melodic intervals and how they look and how they feel by reading them, and today we're going to get them really burned into our fingers a little bit by doing this finger jam. We're going to play it in the key of C. We're also going to transpose it into the keys of G, F, and D, so we're going to keep on reviewing all the things we've been learning. We might even play it mezzo forte. Okay, so click the link here in the corner if you're not already on the website. It's much more easy to move through the lessons if that's where you're at. So let's have a look here. It just tells us finger number 1. That's the only finger number that the right hand is given, and I see it starts on this nice easy note of middle C. And if I look at the distances, I see that it goes 1 to 2, because it goes up and then back and then skip and then back and then a fourth and back and then a fifth and then back and walking up the fingers and then all the way to the top, skip and skip. So that's the feeling of that first line. Now I'll play it for you. You should rehearse that until you can play it steadily. Even counting to 4 would be great. Now left hand has the same notes, but it starts down here on bass C, and of course it's going to start with 5, and it's going to go 5 up, 5 skip, 5 to 2, 5 to 1, 5, walking up the fingers, 1, skipping down. So here's how it sounds. 5 to 4, 5 and skip, 5 to 2, 5 to 1, 5, walking all the way up and skipping down. So I'm pointing at every single note, but you should be chunking these into groups of full measures, or in this case, 2 measures, because it makes more sense this way. We're going to walk all the way to the top and skip back down. All right, let's try that hands together. So it plays the same notes in each hand, an octave apart. Octave is 8 notes. But it's sometimes tricky to coordinate because you're using different parts of each hand. So if you find the coordination tricky, practice one hand alone, practice the hard hand more, and then try putting it together again. And another thing you can do is focus on one hand while you play. Sometimes the other hand will just do it. I don't know, sometimes your brain just makes it happen without overthinking it too much. So now these were all either harmonic or melodic intervals. Can you remember the word we used for these? Yes, they were melodic because it's like a melody. You can sing all the notes. In this line, we have the notes playing at the same time. So these are harmonic. And you can see that it feels like neighbor fingers and then skip, repeat, up another finger, that's a fourth, repeat, up another finger, that's a fifth, repeat, and then marching down, changing each time to finally play C by itself. So it will sound like this. I'm going to go slowly. Up to 4, up to 5, and now marching down, and just C. So the same thing happens in the left hand. We're going to start off with 5 and 4, and it repeats, then 5 with 3, it repeats, 5 with 2, it repeats, 5 with 1, it repeats, 5 with 1 again, to 2, to 3, to 4, and down to 5. Now, I'm always lifting my fingers up when I demonstrate these fingerings, so you can sort of see better what I'm doing. But when you play it, I do want your fingers to relax so that you're not bringing off your non-playing fingers. You want them to be, maybe they look like they're playing here because they're all still curved down towards the keys. I'm just keeping them relaxed so they're ready to play. Now let's try and do this with both hands. Obviously, practice the hard hand first. Line 2, here we go. Two, 3, 4. All right, so the whole thing then is like this. practice that until you understand the fingerings. Don't think too much about the notes. Think more about the distance between the fingers. So now let's try to play it in the key of G. It's going to feel the same if you don't watch the notes. Just look at the music. Great. Now let's do the key of D. Which black key do we need in the key of D? We need F sharp. Here we go. Super. Now let's try key of F. And which black key do we need for key of F? We need to change the B into a B flat. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, so I've given you some blank paper, blank staff paper here, and you can practice drawing your harmonic intervals, or you can practice drawing melodic, but just use the paper here to recopy one of these lines so that you can start to understand how they really look. You know, by drawing something or trying to reproduce it, it gives you a visual reinforcement of what the whole thing does. So this was video 56, lesson 8, and in our next lesson we are going to be playing Amazing Grace, and I'm going to teach it to you with a lead sheet. So we've been talking about chords, and now this is the perfect example of why. Because we're not going to get the left hand's music to play this, we're just going to get the right hand's. And when we have just the right hand, the left hand has to make up its own thing. But here comes the secret. All right, so I'll see you in video 57, lesson 9. Please click like if this video was helpful, and subscribe for more piano video lessons. Thanks for watching.